Picture this. It's 1994. The world of Indian fashion is absolutely buzzing, right on the verge of exploding onto the global scene. And at the heart of it all, one stage, one crown, and a showdown so dramatic it would change everything we thought we knew about winning. I mean, really think about that. Because in this story, one single question didn't just pick a winner. No, it launched two completely different destinies. It created icons who were, both set to take over the world in their own way. We are diving into the legendary 1994 Miss India pageant. And let me tell you, this was way more than just a beauty contest. This was a true clash of titans, and it delivered the kind of drama that you just can't write. So let's set the stage. Who were the two incredible women at the center of this storm? Let's meet our contenders. Okay, so in one corner, you've got Aishwarya Rai. She's already a huge name, the one everyone is betting on. And in the other corner, Sushmita Sen, the charismatic challenger, the brilliant underdog. This was the ultimate face-off, the queen everyone expected versus the dark horse determined to make her mark. You have to understand, Aishwarya Rai wasn't just some contestant. She was already a superstar. I mean, she was the face of massive brands like Pepsi. She was the absolute undisputed frontrunner. The entire country pretty much assumed the crown was already hers. But then there was Sushmita Sen, and she had this fire that was just impossible to look away from. Yeah, she was seen as the underdog, but her intelligence, her confidence, it just created this magnetism around her. She wasn't just there to be part of the show. You could tell she was there to win. So the final moments of the pageant arrive. As the last scores are being calculated, the air is just electric. And what happens next? Well, nobody saw it coming. The score for the first finalist flashes up, a jaw-dropping 9.72. That is nearly perfect. A score that high feels completely unbeatable, right? And then the score for the second finalist is revealed. And it's, you guessed it, identical, 9.72. The crowd just erupts. You can imagine the judges, just stunned. A tie. For the first time in the pageant's entire history, they had a perfect tie for the crown. The rulebook had nothing on this. The organizers were totally scrambling. This had literally never, ever happened before. So, with the scores dead even, it all came down to one last thing. One final question to break the tie. The tiebreaker. And this wasn't some simple question about, your goals or world peace. It was so much deeper, so much more personal. The question was, what do you consider to be the essence of being a woman? Just imagine, the weight of the crown is resting entirely on how you answer that. So Aishwarya gave this really poised, classic answer. She talked about love, compassion, tolerance, a truly beautiful response. But then it was Sushmita's turn. And she connected womanhood to its most primal role, being the origin of a child. She said a woman is someone who shows a man what sharing, caring, and loving is all about. While both answers were great, Sushmita's just hit different. It was seen as more profound, more original, and just incredibly sharp. And based on that answer, the judges made their call. The winner of Miss India 1994 was Sushmita Sen. In an absolute whirlwind of shock and emotion, history was made right there. But believe it or not, this was only the beginning of their shared legacy. What happened next is actually the craziest part of the whole story. It's just unbelievable. Sushmita Sen goes on to win Miss Universe, a historic first for India. And Aishwarya Rai, as the runner-up, goes to the Miss World pageant, and she wins that too. So for the first time ever, one national pageant produced both the reigning Miss Universe and Miss World in the same year. How wild is that? And that right there is why the 1994 Miss India pageants is so legendary. You see, it's not just the story of Sushmita's incredible win or Aishwarya's amazing comeback. It's the story of how one night, one tie, one question launched two of the biggest global careers the country had ever seen. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? Was that final question just a random tiebreaker? Or was it some kind of twist of fate, perfectly setting up these two amazing women to conquer two different worlds? Was this just a story about victory, or was it a story about destiny?